remember walking down to Raharney. It was about 3 from the old house down towards Raharney, and my mother was going mad looking for me, and she had to. She went down the road and she found me anyway. I was near Nicky's back gate there, so I'd done a good little stretch on my own. Yeah. And
your house, the first house was
beside the
old school,
beside the old school,
mm-hmm.
and we used to go over the wall to the school. It was so handy. It was on the back, you know.
Going back to Raharney, you were saying that your dad kept pigs and cows and
and my mum had hens, and they had ducks there as well. I can remember them keeping ducks. They must have had to give ducks water every day or something. Maybe I can't remember the details of it, because there wouldn't have been a river running by, but there was a pump across. No, they just getting water. They survived anyway. When they were killed eventually. Ducks.
They got eaten.
Ducks, hens, and I think there might have been an odd turkey around as well. And then my mother used to make butter.
Yep.
And the eggs, they used to sell the eggs to the higgler who called every week with the van. No, this was during the war, you see. And eggs were a good little money maker.
Good commodity to be.
Good commodity, yeah. So we were self-sufficient, really.
And what about the beet? The beet, I presume he sold on the
He
sugar
sold
beet,
that on to the sugar company, and they had a big stack of it outside the gate.
Yeah.
I remember that, and the truck would come along and pick it up then and bring it away.
And the cows, was the milk taken, or was the milk for yourselves?
The milk was for ourselves. No, we didn't sell milk. There would only been about 3 or 4. There would have been 4 cows anyway, at least.
Yeah.
And I know he brought the calves down to, what was his name? Frank Barry. One of the farms down the road anyway, down in Bellevue, which is about a mile away. And I remember going in a little cart with them down with the calves down to them. And the other man raised the calves. Coursing. My daddy was very involved in the coursing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The greyhounds.
Yeah.
He always had a few greyhounds. We used to have to take the dogs for a walk. JJ and I.
And the coursing was, I mean, there was sport involved. Was there betting on it? Was it a big betting game?
If there was much betting now, to be honest with you. I didn't hear much about the betting. If there was, he wouldn't have been talking about it.
That would have been on the QT, yeah.
I remember being brought to the dogs in Mullingar. One of the greyhounds were racing, but I can't remember whether the dog won or not. On the right is my mother. Middle is her mother, and on the left is Aunt Sheila, who was a nun. And I think this woman died very young too. No, she looks very old.
I was just going to say she doesn't look too young there, but
no.
That's not necessarily an indication of her age. Yeah.
No.
So your mum is on the right.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your mum.
Well, she grew up in Raharney. They lived where Uncle Matty.
Her name is Lucy, by the way.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Lucy. And
they lived with Matty.
They lived with Matty. And she met my dad, who lived with Uncle Johnny in his house. The big house was empty except for Uncle Johnny, and my dad was there because he was supposed to be helping out in the shop in Raharney then.
You say the big house. Which house is that now?
Nicky's house.
Nicky's house.
Yes.
The one there on the right as you come in from Mathwire, is it?
Yes, yeah. So they were very next door, the girl next door.
So your dad was living next door with your Uncle Johnny, and that's where he met
Lucy.
Okay.
I wasn't around then, of course, when they met
Obviously,
each other.
yeah, this is only hearsay.
Yes, yes, yes.